Welcome to lesson 5 on getting started with Unity. In this tutorial we're going to add water to our world, resize it, move it, make it look really awesome. So once again, make sure you've downloaded the environment asset into your game as explained in lesson 2. So here we go, here's our Unity world as we have created it. It's becoming more and more realistic. I've got a couple of different types of trees. I've got a couple of different grass textures which you see when you zoom in. Now it's time to add water. So really easy this. Over on the left hand side where it says assets in the project window, I need to click on standard assets, and I can open up that folder just by clicking on the little arrow next to it. Make sure that the environment folder is open, and then you want to go into the water folder, open that up. And I'm going to choose the water 4 option. You can choose either of those. They've got different types of water in there, so I recommend you just explore to see which one suits you. But I want to click on the prefabs option, and let's choose the water 4 advanced, which has just popped up here. So I'm going to click that. Now, really easy way of getting it into your world is just by clicking and dragging across, and you'll see, just like that, like magic, it begins to drop some water into your world. Now, it's kind of disappeared there. It hasn't disappeared, it's just underneath the terrain. We need to lift it up out of the terrain. So you can see here in our hierarchy, if you remember, everything here is what's included in your world at the moment. So I'm going to click on the water, and now I need to lift it up, and also I'm going to stretch it out. So at the top here we've got some options which let you change the things that you've selected. So I'm going to click on the 4 arrows, and that lets me lift that water up out of the ground, and you can see it's appeared again. Now it's still rather small, so not big enough for what we want. So now I'm going to click on this one here, which is the resize, and I can stretch it in any way that I want. So I'm just going to zoom out. You'll see that it stretches that way, or I can stretch it just that way, or if I click and hold on the white bar, it stretches it in both ways at once. And I actually want to include that to stretch across the entire map that we've created. So there you go, quick and easy, and now almost instantly it's lifted that world to look much more realistic. And that's all there is to it. You can have a look around just to make sure that you haven't made any mistakes. One thing to note would be if there were trees that had been too low when you first painted the trees into the terrain. So if that's the case, you just go back into the terrain option on your hierarchy, click on the trees here, and remember you just press Shift and click on the trees and they will disappear. So spend a bit of time, have a look through it, see if there's areas where you might want to add a couple more trees or add grass, and just see if you can make it look even more realistic. Next time, we're going to add our character into the game, and you'll begin to be able to explore the world that you've created.